Greetings royal family and welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to have you here with me today. It's such a special day because I've got a lady in pink with a pink sash and she's going to be sharing everything about her pageant journey. I am Koketso Penny Makua, also known as the Pageant Boss Babe. And today I've got here with me Bontle Mapaila, Miss Teen Universe Petite. And she is going to share all things pageantry and what it takes to be a winner. Bontle, welcome to my channel.
Thank you for having me.
It's such an honor to have you here. I mean, you know, with Instagram or social media, you always feel like you know the person because you watch their journey, you get familiar with them, but on the other side of your phone. And then you get to meet them and it's like, hi girl.
It feels amazing to be here. I'm so grateful to be here, number one. And as you said about Instagram, you feel that you have a connection with them through or across the phone, but it's something else when you meet them personally. And I'm so glad to be meeting you personally.
Oh, thank you. And you look ravishing. I love that dress.
Thank you.
It's just a pity I'm not your size because, I mean...
You look amazing in that dress. I think black is a very slimming color and you look very beautiful.
Thank you so much. You know, they say black color ya manora, so... But so I'm going to do some icebreakers with you. So we ease into our conversations. And I'm going to ask you a question, but when I ask you, you can't think about it. You literally have to jump on it and say the first word that comes to mind. Okay? All right. Are you ready for it? Favorite city?
Rome. Rome is not a country, that's Italy.
Well, yeah, I love that you fixed that.
Yes.
Yeah, you're a pageant queen. So
because Rome was once an empire and then
it became.
Yes.
Girl. We love a queen that knows her history, right? And then favorite shoe brand?
Favorite shoe brand, Steve Madden.
Steve Madden, you repeated it again.
Yes, because it is my favorite shoe brand.
No, but I'm talking about the question.
Oh, the question.
Oh, well, it happens, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Favorite toothpaste brand?
Colgate.
Oh, I thought you'd actually stumble on that. All right, so that was fun.
Yes, it was.
Right, yeah. So, Bontle, I want you to introduce yourself to the viewers and tell us about yourself. Who is Bontle? What are you about? And how did you get to where you are right now?
Well, hello everyone. I am Bontle Mapaila. I am 15 years old and I'm your current reigning Teen Universe Petite South Africa. And basically, I started pageantry on the 4th of September in 2021. And that's where it all started, my journey. And it's where I competed at my first ever pageant. And I believe that my pageant, my experiences, all my trials and my tribulations throughout my journey has led me to where I am today.
Well, you obviously just handed over your crown and you are now reigning again.
Yes.
Maybe if you can just share, you know, how did you get to actually winning your pageant? Have you been winning since your first pageant? Have you had some losses? How did you actually get to reign?
So I have had losses throughout my pageant journey. It wasn't just a winning streak like I know other pageant queens have. But for me, the winning streak began in October of 2022, where I won, no, not actually October, it was around about August where I first won Miss Junior MHS, which is my school's pageant. Then I won Miss Teen Middleburg, and then I won Pre-Teen Universe South Africa. So it was my winning streak.
Yeah.
But then my losses, I think it happened all before that, and I'm glad that I had those losses because they taught me all what my wrongs, my mistakes, and what I had to do in order to win my next pageants.
And what attracted you to pageantry? Because I mean, 2021 is about what, 3 years ago?
Really?
Yeah. So what attracted you into this industry?
So what attracted me into this industry was initially my mom. My mom is also a former beauty queen herself. And she was basically the one who inspired me to start pageantry. You know, we tune in to watch Miss Universe every single year. And I'm like, wait, these pageant queens actually have a platform. As soon as they win, they are doing charity work. They are using their platform for the greater good. And that I feel is what initially attracted me and made me want to start my pageantry.
Wow, I mean, I love a good story, and you know what? It probably would have been So great if your mom sat in with us and
Yes.
let us know about her own journey.
Mhm.
So, is she also still competing, or has she stopped since?
My mom is a hardworking mom, and she works so hard to the point where she wants to focus on her career, on her children, so she's no longer competing.
Great, great. And with that being said, I want to find out how you find, because you spoke about something very interesting, right?
Yes.
With your mom wanting to focus on her career. I found that with pageant queens, you find that they're juggling so many things at once, which I'm sure you can also relate. Tell me about your journey as a pageant queen. How do you juggle school and pageantry and sports and everything else in between?
So school, pageantry, and sports are some pillars in my life. I hold them with so much value and I love them. So it's kind of hard to juggle. But I would say that the way I would juggle school, pageantry, and sports is through having a proper support system and thorough planning. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So I feel that having a good support system and thorough planning is the way that I juggle school and sports. If you don't plan, let's say you have a pageant next week, but you also have a test next week. If you don't properly prepare and plan for both of those things, you are eventually going to fail. So that's how I feel that I juggle those two things. And my support system is my 3 Fs: my friends, my family, and my faith. Those are the things that keep me going within life.
I love that. 3 Fs. Friends, family, and faith.
Yes.
What a wise young woman. What I also love about pageantry is that, it transforms you. How would you say pageantry has transformed you? I mean, there is a reason why you have stayed in pageantry. Have you seen your growth? What has it been? How has it transformed you?
I would say that pageantry transformed me in a positive way, and it has made me more confident as a human being. Like, I can step into a room and I can demand attention, I can demand that confidence within a room. And also, I feel that pageantry has made me more self-aware in terms of not only my appearance, but what I say, what I think, what I do. Because throughout, let's say you're in a pageant, right? You have to be aware of what you're doing, because sometimes in pageantry there's things called ghost judges, and you need to be aware, self-aware. How are you talking to people? How are you making an impact on a person? Aware on social media. What are you communicating through your platform on social media? So that is something I have to thank pageantry for.
Yeah, and I think, there's so much that is misunderstood about pageantry. There is a lot of preparation that goes on behind the scene. And obviously the pageant that you won is based all the way in Gauteng. You are in Mpumalanga, right? So how did you bridge that gap? And also maybe if you can share the journey, what did you have to do? And for you to land, the win, I'm sure it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
So how did you do that? And what lessons did you learn from that?
Well, preparing for the journey, obviously you had your buying your dress, makeup, shoes. I feel that in terms of finances, if you're okay with your finances, that is the easier part. But getting yourself mentally ready is the harder part. Competition is very hard in terms of intimidation from your contestants, intimidation from the judges. So I had to mentally prepare myself, especially when seeing all my beautiful contestants online. I had to let go of the comparison, because as they say, comparison is the killer of joy. I had to let go of that and go into the competition being myself, and going in there with the mindset of having fun. That is what I believe is what helped me to win. Because what I've noticed is that when I went to most pageants and I was like, I need to win this pageant, I ended up not having as much fun as I did as if I went into a pageant thinking, I just want to have fun and I just want to make memories. And also, what was the other part of the question?
The lessons.
The lessons that I've learned. The lessons that I've learned from pageantry is that pageantry is there for young girls to improve and to grow. It is not just for us to have an excuse to wear makeup and to wear pretty dresses. It's for us to grow and develop ourselves. Remember, we are still young girls, we are still growing.
Yes.
And it's there so that we can have a positive impact on other people as well. So that's one of the lessons that I've learned.
That you've learned. And would you say that with every pageant that you enter, is there a different lesson? Or is it the same thing? Do you take out the same thing with each one?
I would say with almost every pageant that I entered is relatively the same lesson, just with different experiences and just a bit more to add. So I would say that, let's say in a former pageant, I learned that this is for growth. I would go into a next pageant, I would learn that it is also growth, but it is also growth with friends and also growth with confidence.
Absolutely. And I want to talk, you mentioned friends, and you know, the word keeps coming up. So that's something that's very important to you and very dear. So I want to talk about sisterhood in pageantry. Can we just discuss that? What does that mean to you?
Sisterhood in pageantry means to me that you are making a friend, but a friend that is closer than what the friend title is. It's to me that you are making a connection and you are making a bond that you don't need blood in order to make. For me, I've made so many sisters throughout pageantry, to which this day I have cherished. I love all my sisters that I have made within pageantry, and I hope that I can make many more.
I think for me, usually watching the ladies that come into the Miss Township South Africa journey, and you know, them walking out, having had created a network that they otherwise wouldn't have created. You find, you know, a girl coming from KZN and making friends with someone that comes from Paula. I mean, what are the odds that they would have met? And that's what I love about pageantry, and also being your sister's keeper. So I love what you've said. You competed internationally, right?
No, I am going to compete internationally. I'm currently competing, if you think of it, social media, online. But yes, I've competed nationally so far.
So tell us about your journey, your international journey that you are preparing for, and how can the viewers support you as well?
So far throughout preparing for my international journey, I've been scoping the scenery out, seeing my contestants and learning about ways to relate with them. So overseas, if you're competing with other countries, the language barrier will be there. So I try to learn a bit of, phrases here and there so I can communicate with them. And also in terms of preparing my dress, my hair, what am I gonna be wearing, what am I gonna say, preparing in terms of practice. Practice makes perfect. Your walk, my walk is still a work in progress. I still have things that I want to fix up. There's still things that I want to improve on, and therefore I have been practicing. I've been watching other pageant competitions to see what can I take from that winner, what can I take from this pageant in order to better myself as well. So the preparation is there. But if you want to support me, you can go on their Instagram page. It's Team Universe International and Team Universe Petite in order to support me. And you can also go on the Team Universe South Africa Petite page. I would love the support, and then I know voting is going to come up soon. So if you want to vote, please do. And also I'm hosting another charity event. It's on the 23rd of February where we will be having a pad drive. The goal is to raise 150 pads for 150 girls, and I would really love the support. If you want to donate, don't be afraid to contact me. I'm available on Insta.
Well, I would like to pledge 50 sanitary towels to help support your journey, and we will arrange with Jimmy and ensure that you have those 50 sanitary towels for your journey.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, at least now you only have 100 sanitary towels to work for, and I urge each and every single person that is watching this to pledge and to ensure that we even triple that 150, because we do have a serious issue of period poverty in our country. If you do follow me, you know that I am all about hashtag keep a girl child in school. So I love what you're doing, and will definitely be following and supporting your journey. I just want to ask you one last question as well. In terms of you entering and being young, do you feel that you should have waited, or are you happy that you started competing now? And the second part of the question is, do you see yourself continuing with pageantry even beyond your teen years?
So first of all, I don't regret entering older, if that makes sense. I don't regret entering at the age I do, but a part of me does say I wish I entered when I was younger, because experience is key. Experience in pageantry really does help. I've seen girls who've won their first pageant, they've won big pageants, and it's their first time. But other girls need that experience in pageantry in order to advance, and I'm so glad that I entered at the age that I entered. And I do see myself entering more pageants in the future. I would love to enter Miss SA in the future, even go to Miss Universe in the future. But for now, I'm content with my pageant journey.
I love that. And with regards to your preparation for a pageant, can you take us through the journey of what it takes to prepare for that? You mentioned that other girls, have been doing this since a young age, a very young age, because you're also still pretty young, right? You're actually my son's age, by the way.
Really?
Yes. So I can imagine that, there's a lot of pressure to also catch up, so to say. But what does it take to prepare? Can you take us through a routine of what you do to ensure that you're prepared physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially?
Okay.
Well, I'm sure financial aspect is your parents'
Yes.
issue, but we also teach pageant queens to raise funds on their own.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say she mentioned basically the four major components, which is finances, physical, mental, also emotional adds up into that one. So financial, guys, pageantry is not a cheap sport. There's this term which say pageantry is for the rich, which I disagree. I say anyone can do pageantry, but pageantry does require funds like every sport does. So I would say learn how to manage money, learn how to budget, learn how to discipline yourself in terms of I don't want to buy those shoes because they're trending and everyone's wearing them. You need to learn how to manage your finances in terms of pageantry. You need to know when to stop yourself from entering a pageant which is out of your financial needs. Because I've but I've seen pageants where they are so expensive and I really want to enter but I cannot.
Maybe also elaborate on that, what you are referring to in terms of expenses. Look, I do educationals on pageantry, so I have touched on sponsorship fee but obviously that is one-sided in terms of me being a director for my pageants. So perhaps maybe you can share what are some of the things that you would say, the money that you need to pour in to educate the viewers as well.
The learners. I would say that it's mainly travel, because some pageants, for example, a pageant will be hosted in Cape Town, but I'm all the way here in Mpumalanga, and I know that right now I don't have the means to go and fly, to go and book accommodation, all that. So that's just an example of I don't have the means, but let me rather search for a pageant that is in Gauteng or Mpumalanga, which I know I can drive to get there and spend way less money. And then also in terms of pageant preparation, it would be physical. That does tie into finance, about getting your dress, getting your hair, getting your nails, getting your earrings, everything from the smallest to the biggest things. Getting accommodation. Sometimes pageants do provide accommodation for you, other times they don't. So you really need to be aware of what the pageant provides and what they don't. The physical, I would say, is easier than the mental, because the mental is one of the hardest things to overcome. There's no use in you entering a pageant, getting your dress, your hair, everything done, but you're already going in with the mindset of I'm going to lose. That's a complete waste of money, and there's no need for you to enter a pageant with such a mindset. You need to enter with the mindset of I'm going there to have fun, I'm going there to network, to make connections, and to make new sisters. Not only to win. Yes, have a winning mindset, but if you don't win, go out with a learning mindset. And then emotional ties in with mental. Don't go there with negativity. Go there with just positivity, ready to learn, ready to grow, and ready to have fun on this new journey you're embarking.
So, Bontle, that is quite a mouthful said. It's been so lovely chatting to you. I'm so inspired. I've learned so much, and you are definitely wise beyond your years, and I can see why you are where you are. I want you to share with the viewers, maybe there's a young girl somewhere that's watching you, that wants to be you, that wants to be like you one day. What words would you like to leave with her?
So whenever we speak to young girls or speak about young girls, I love to envision mini me, my mini self. And I would love to, whenever I speak to a young girl, I always see mini me through them. And I would love to say that just go for it. No matter how much those words, those thoughts at the back of your mind tell you do not do it, go for it. Do not overthink it, and do not compare yourselves to others, because the moment you think the grass is greener on the other side is when you will stop watering the grass on your side. So that is why you need to just go for what you want to do and do it now. Don't wait until you're ready, because you will never be ready. And that is something that I would like to say to the young girl who is watching, who wants to be like me, but instead of being like me, be the best version of you.
I absolutely love it. We are all wonderfully and fearfully made in the image of God, and we do not need to be like another flower, but
Yes.
be the best us that we can be. Be the best you that you can be. And I cannot wait to see the turnout. Let us know. Perhaps we'll buy a ticket. We will come and support you. We are cheering you on, and we are right behind you. And those 50 sanitary towels are on their way.
Thank you.
With that being said, I want to thank you viewers for taking the time to tune into this interview. Please do remember that we are officially on a road to 500. We still do need your support. Please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Maybe you already have. Don't be shy on sharing this channel with your network. Thank you so much, and from me, Koketso Penny Makua, the one and only pageant boss babe. Mwah.